Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
Well, happy Halloween, everyone. What you doing there?
What do you mean?
You're kind of poking her in the eye.
That's a matter of perspective.
Slay the Princess. I love this game. I'm. Can I take a second to brag?
Okay.
I am part of the 0.0% of players that currently have the achievement of finishing the gallery. Very, very, very good game. I love this game a lot. Just the amount of care and detail that went into it. And it's very cool. This is a horror game, just a general content warning for violence. A lot of dismemberments.
It showed that at the beginning.
It showed, yeah. Esther is going into this game almost completely blind, right?
I know some princess designs, and that's it. Because apparently the ones that I know are, like, completely different now.
Not completely.
Okay. Well, for the most part, I am completely blind to this.
I'm interested to see what choices you'll make.
I don't think you're gonna like the choices I'm gonna make.
Oh, that's fine. Like the beginning said, there are no wrong choices.
Right, but I'm gonna like, my plan was just to be a little shit on purpose.
That's fine. That's fine. Are you ready?
I guess so.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Also, another thing I love about this game, there's only 2 voice actors.
Oh yeah.
In the entire game.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Sims and Nicole Goodnight. And they both absolutely destroyed it. They knocked it out of the park. Like, massive kudos to them.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ooh.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Bold assumption, Mr. Narrator.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I was thinking you were gonna choose that one, I'll be so real.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
The one that I know is that, like, if you be like, Viva la Revolution, you don't get the voice of the hero, right? Voice of the hero I don't think is one that I've seen.
Voice of the hero is with you in every route.
Okay.
Your silence is deafening. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
It's like a D&D campaign where you're just ruining the DM's day.
Yeah? Yeah! Like RT was saying when he played the game, oh, you end up at the mines anyway!
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Hey, Jeannie.
Yes?
I think this is new.
Is it?
Well, I watched someone walk away from the cabin a few times, and then all that happened is that they, got absorbed into the darkness. This didn't happen. So this is new.
This, I think, was added after, the original version of the game.
I see.
Demeter Deem says, no, this is old, but doing it in Chapter 1 leads to this. Doing it elsewhere leads to other stuff.
I see. Okay.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
You did it!
Oh, was that the route? Cool.
Now this is the real route.
Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, that's a wall. That's a wall.
And in the basement of that cabin...
I've never seen this before, Jeannie.
We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
I love Voice of the Contrarian.
If by ruining my day...
Demeter Deem says, Contrarian, my beloved.
You are
Oh,
never going
boy.
to slay her with that attitude. Stuff.
Could you imagine that you were just plopped down into the woods, just like a giant hand dropping you here, like fucking Master Hand from Smash Bros. It's like, dong, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, whoa, where the hell am I?
Oh, man.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
You having fun there?
You can't just say that. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that quirky? No! You have a choice. Okay.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as,
Can I help you?
don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
That's all 3 options.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Says the one who wanted to make more of her.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's you!
It's you!
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That's kind of hardcore.
Everything, until we meet again. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Okay, so... The game straight up crashes.
It didn't crash, it closed. There's a big
Oh yeah,
difference.
the game closes.
Alright, well.
She's just like, well, come back when you're ready, I guess.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Well, are we all back? Does it look good?
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh. Alright.
You're on a path in the woods.
Welcome to another route.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Rare narrator W.
Unfortunately,
Base
you're the only one
narrator.
who can-
The fucking mirror is gone. That's weird.
Hey, there's Espion!
Wow.
I was watching Child's Play 2 with my youngest brother. He took an interest in horror movies today.
It said that you were playing Warframe the whole time.
Did you have Warframe open that whole time?
While watching a movie.
What's poppin'? We're playing Slay the Princess.
You might also want to try just restarting your PC.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
It's working.
Yay! See, it's just...
It just needed to catch up, I think. Espeon showed up. Everything's right with the world.
Yeah, Discord just is weird sometimes. Anyway, Jeannie?
Yes?
The mirror's not here?
Mirrors only show up in chapter 2s or 3s.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So, I think... So, not to... trying to say this as spoiler-free as possible. I think the mirror shows up when it's basically like, hey, this is a route with an ending.
Okay. That would make sense.
It's so... I think it shows up more... Like, it shows up more to the side like it did last time. When it's like, hey, this could be an ending, but there might be more to this one.
Mm.
I got caught up in the movie and forgot Warframe was running.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And then what's your route been so far? We have only done the Stranger.
Yeah, we did a route that I have never seen before. Which is a good route to start with.
Yes.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
I love that you
Really?
play and you're just like,
You're
fuck
here
the
to
narrator.
I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I told you I was gonna be a little shit, I just didn't tell you to who.
No, I love it. Honestly, fuck this guy.
Like, this is a love story? Fuck yeah, I'll make it one.
We're screwing with the narrator classic route.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Well, the knife is upstairs, dumb fuck. What do you want me to do now? He's not even playing to his rules well. You should have locked the fucking cabin door.
Dumbass.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Give it to me then.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you.
I've seen this route. I don't think this one's changed.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine.
I didn't even have a choice there.
No.
Interesting.
against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Are you having fun with the dynamic pictures?
That was me spasming.
In the woods.
Oh,
And at
I'm
the end of
role-playing.
the path
oh,
is a
okay.
cabin.
Espion says her pain tolerance paints a fun picture of what goes on in the bedroom.
God.
And then says, I bet the narrator is making it so this is slow as possible on purpose. Oh yeah, he's being a petty bitch.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Smitten!
Our beloved? Yes, you're
I love the smitten.
sneaky about your intentions.
I love him.
Try and
Okay, pause. Oh wait, perfect. Espion says, so if Jeeb is a disembodied voice like the narrator, does she also have the power to take control of other people at will? I'll never tell.
told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
That's up to me to know.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Why would we do that?
Are we running away? What are you doing? We have to save her. Seriously?
Wait, are you
You're just
leaving?
going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly
What's going on? Where are we? Oh, I don't like this one bit. There's not a single
This is what I've
damsel
seen
in
before.
sight.
Oh.
Yeah, you just kind of get eaten by the darkness. This is what I saw.
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces.
Yeah, and then they take you.
Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone.
Have you never seen this before?
I have seen this.
Okay, yeah.
Confusion. Why are you here? I'm unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring us more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Please do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
Yeah. So I've seen that before.
You're on a path.
Yeah. Good use of save states. What exactly can a single princess with no pain tolerance do to the world? I fail to see how she's a threat. Just watch the game.
That's right. You can't
I don't have to
stop
tell
all
you
of
that.
this. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Anyway, smitten
He's
my
really
beloved.
I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Smitten, like he said, it just has so much passion and he has to let it out.
Oh my god.
What, was it something I said?
You said about a very horny person, he has a lot of passion and he needs to let it out.
Focus.
Okay,
on
fair
the
enough.
task ahead.
Smitten my beloved. I love him.
Masturbation joke.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You need the blade, though. Do you really?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Gaslighting?
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I love him! I love him, and the smitten would love me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
You died. and now we're talking.
Okay.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Yeah. I mean, having a girl willing to end the world for you is pretty sweet. I guess.
Oh, man.
I guess, dude.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
You could really use some nail clippers.
Hey! I'm a big, beautiful bird goblin thing.
Yeah.
You take that back.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
The princess has a thing for monster guy.
Oh, you're about to see something, alright.
What?
The princess, the hands?
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I heard something from Jax in the kitchen. What the fuck did you say? He said me too!
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
So you can stay with her, or you can leave.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Your love will set you free.
Ending at last.
Aww.
That's what that says.
Did it. What should we do now?
Oh yeah, those show up on the screen share.
I don't know if they show up on stream, though.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Goodbye.
But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it.
You've grown.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Jax has brought me half of a grilled PB&J.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's eating
Seated-
hot jelly on stream. Do you hear that, Espion?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
So based, actually.
Is this princess packing?
In what? Oh, just her body shape? I think that's because the damsel's meant to be like the idealized princess, like just the perfect princess, the pretty one, like kind of thing.
That. right there.
Oh, wait!
This princess is fucking loaded, man. She got that fire truck on her. She's gonna spray me down with the hose in a second.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
I did find a tier list for all the voices. I might do this at some point because I want to do this so bad.
You'll have to wait for me to complete every route, and then I can judge you.
Yeah.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Espeon says this voice would be amazing for ASMR.
Indeed.
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Interesting.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I like just, hi!
Hi!
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
I'm pretty sure this is the route that leads to the prisoner?
And
Or the way I'm gonna do it.
Hero is back. Hero is with you the entire time.
Yeah.
Voice of the hero is the voice that is always there no matter what. I've heard the other voices described as basically like a voice from the past life, which makes a lot of sense. Are you having fun there?
Sorry.
No. I didn't mean to sound so cold about it. I was genuinely like, you having fun? Is it fun? You're just like, just stab.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
What giant knife? I would end the world for her.
Oh, you don't have to. She's already gonna.
Yeah. Girl boss, she can do it herself.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
That's why I brought it.
Pick the lock with the knife. There is no lock on her chain.
No. Although, she did mention there being a key, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Kind of an oversight, I guess.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
This still of her is actually, like, kind of creepy.
No, she's pretty.
She is pretty, but, like, I think it's the way the eyes are drawn.
I disagree.
Like, it's, like, a little bit eerie.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Yeah. We'll kill them all.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Slay the princess.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
I like this side of the princess. She has permission to step on me.
Oh, we'll get there. Well, maybe. I don't know. We only get 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Thank you, Mommy.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Yay!
Yay! New route!
I told you I was going to the prisoner.
Now this is a princess.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree.
Spoiler alert! The skeptic is one of my favorite voices. I love the skeptic.
Is this route changed then?
How do you mean changed?
Revised.
You want me to answer that?
Well, I'm making a good guess, given that you just said that this character that normally is in a route that takes about 4 seconds is your favorite character. I'm guessing it's changed.
Well, there aren't as many voices as there are routes. Voices show up in multiple routes. The skeptic shows up quite a few times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought that it was one voice per princess.
No.
Okay.
There are 23 routes. Okay, there are 24 princesses, but one of them I'm not counting for the sake of this.
Sure.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 voices. Not counting voice of the hero.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Because I guess it's just like how little routes that I've seen. Because the way that I always interpreted it is that like the voices reflect the cadence of the princess that you're actually on the route of. Which means that several princesses must act really similarly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, when you asked if this route had changed, I thought it was like, oh, is this a different route? Yeah. That was like my first thought. I don't know why that was my first thought. My first thought was not, oh, is this route different for Pristine Cut?
That would be like if I was asking, am I playing the game right now? Oh, no.
No, I know. It sounds really stupid.
It's all good.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
No, you're not. You're a petty bitch.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets. You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Okay, I've never seen this.
Yeah, this I didn't know existed until I was filling out the gallery.
Wow.
So like, I don't know if this is new or if this is just something I'd never seen before.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
This feels like so much like a DM who's just like, you want the proof? Here's a note written by you. It says, kill her.
Yeah. I think he's trying to like play with the idea because you say you have already been here, but then doesn't realize that like you remember everything that happened.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Hang on a second, DM. I'm not wearing pants.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Maybe the narrator could use some soup.
If you've never DM'd D&D, sometimes it does feel like this. Not that like I'm super railroady, but like even then, like I have a fairly open campaign, and sometimes it's like, hey, do you want to go to the festival? And they're like, no. And they're like, oh, okay.
I think every DM should have a contingency for when the players seduce the demon lord.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm okay with most situations because it's not just like if you're super like, this is my story and what's gonna happen in my story is going to happen. Just write it. I know it's
just write
meme.
a book.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I know just write a book is meme to death, but honestly, that's only enjoyable for you. Like, you're just hanging out with your friends. If anything, you're like writing a book together. I'm like, hey, here's the start of a page. What do you want to finish on it? And then they fill it out and we have a fun time together.
Exactly. That's what D&D is supposed to be.
Like, too many DMs are like, I'm the god of the universe. And it's like, I don't know, man. We're just making a story together, having fun.
Yeah. Not that this narrator would understand.
Oh, well.
This narrator would be a shit DM.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
I love the skeptic! I love him so much!
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
How dare you talk about the skeptic like that? Don't talk about my baby girl like that.
It's scaring me.
Bro, that table looks like it sucks. Who made this table? Who made that table? That table looks like it's literally segmented. There's segments with nothing on it. Who would use that table?
I mean, I know it's iron, so it's not the same thing. Most weave tables are like that, though.
But are the holes that big, though?
Probably not, but I guess it depends on what you're putting on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're just having that huge knife on it.
Yeah.
I'd sleep here for no rent. I think the narrator could use some glug glug.
What?
What? What the fuck? Do you mean a drink? Like alcohol drink?
I don't think so. I don't think that's what he meant.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Well, you don't have control of my
She
legs.
killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure, and I've already got a plan for that. Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world-ending monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon. Peachy, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Aw.
Alcohol, otherwise I would have used... I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just like GLK.
Look.
Oh. Jesus Christ. You good?
Yeah, I made the sound.
Okay. Ah,
Jeannie forgets bits after they happen immediately.
I do. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
You walk down the stairs.
She's so pretty!
I know that, like, the fan favorite of, like, the pretty princess is obviously the damsel, but there's something about this one, like her face in particular, that I really like.
No, this one's really pretty. She looks so unamused, too. That's no princess, that's the fucking queen. I agree.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Little does she know, I'm an avid knife thrower.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't. I am. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes?
Yay!
Are we stuck here?
Yeah!
Become your own jailer. That gave me an achievement, and the other route didn't.
Huh?
Yay!
So it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. Yep. No. Nope.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
1 hour later.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger. and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Several song-filled hours later.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
2,000 years later.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
One eternity later.
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
That must be the most boring experience, just waiting it out, yeah.
Yeah, especially with someone that does not want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. She was probably thinking the whole time, this fucking idiot. I can't believe he did that. Now we're just stuck. At least she doesn't outright hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever outright hates you in any of the routes that you don't outright antagonize her.
Mm-hmm.
You wizard.
Ooh. Hi, bestie.
Mwah.
But, like,
yet
considering...
my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
What the fuck was I going to say?
I don't know, Jenny.
I got so distracted by what she said. I'm like, oh, tell me more.
I pressed continue because it sounded like you had wrapped up your thought, and then you kept talking, and it was like, oh no! So I don't know what you were going to say. I thought you were done.
This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
So, interestingly, because there are two different ways to get the prisoner princess to her, there is different dialogue right there for what do you think of this vessel?
Right.
If you brought her just the head. Instead of being a patient heart, she would be a clever heart.
I see.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oh, that's called a patient heart. Bring the prisoner to her. Are there 2 achievements for the prisoner?
Yes.
Fascinating.
That's the spirit.
Okay. Let's enter, this will force me to kill her, and I believe that gives me the specter?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess? Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Last time I tried to do that, you locked the door, dipshit.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Oh,
Wait.
I can still
Wait,
warn
what?
her. Interesting.
What?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Maybe there's a warn her and then killing her is different from just killing her now.
Maybe.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So now she should kill me. Which means I'm not getting the specter. What does this lead to?
Thank you.
You'll find
Nothing's
out.
getting through to you right now, is there?
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, it's
Okay.
the witch. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the witch. She's gonna kill me again!
God, I love these options. Yeah.
I don't even know what he's gonna say to that.
I think the same thing.
Yeah.
That I think is new.
Yeah.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along? No blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want? Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. Oh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
They made her a cat girl! She looks more like a squirrel. Squirrels have bushier tails.
She modeled after a lion.
Yeah.
I did not like you calling her a cat girl, but it's technically true, so I kept my mouth shut.
You are right. I'm technically right.
I know. It makes me mad.
She's a lion girl.
I don't know. I'd call her more of a creature.
She is definitely a creature.
Like, she's not like a lion girl. Like, she's modeled, like, her animal features are, like, modeled after, like, a lioness, but I still wouldn't call her that.
Yeah.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first. The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing? I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head. They'll be watching.
I've never seen her little blush face. That's so cute.
Yeah. Espeon says, I'd tap that.
You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
Us? No! Never. Just keep your eyes peeled when you get out of the basement, if you catch my drift. I don't follow. Oh, you'll know it when you see it.
She's gonna take the knife?
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile at you. But something catches her eye. Oh no. Oh no? It's the blade, isn't it? I was going to tell you to grab it once we got upstairs. That was the whole keep your eyes peeled thing, and then you would have stabbed her in the back and we would have been winners.
I wonder if perhaps you were planning to bury this in my back. What an awful little scheme that would be. Too bad I got here first, and I don't even need it. Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
Goodbye.
And she slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place. Locked in the basement, I thought for sure she was just going to stab us.
Yeah, that's fine by
me. The princess cackles from the other side of the door.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful? I do, but I just couldn't help myself. And we both know that you're already scheming about how to get back at me if I ever open this door. So we're going to stay exactly as we are right now, for as long as either of us lives.
Okay, so...
Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Missy. See you later.
Finally. We're going places.
Oh, you're going places, all right.
The remains.
You've unraveled. Hi, bestie!
My wife.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart.
Oh.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
Fuck.
I'll wait with you.
No, 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 no.
Well, you don't want to close the game again?
No.
And each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Oh, I'm dead. Righteous heart. So what's the other one if she breaks her back?
That is also a righteous heart.
Really?
Yes. Because either way, she ends up, like, in the long quiet because she basically got even with you.
Right, yeah.
What's crazy, too, is that you have not gotten a single chapter 2.
The interior
Or, like,
of the
chapter
cabin is
3,
almost
excuse me.
I'm likely not going to.
That's fine.
Because I really don't want to kill her, so it's only happening when I'm forced to.
Yeah.
So I probably won't. Huh. So now that I think about it, I think the Spectre... Oh, man. I don't know. Because I thought the Spectre is bred off of this one from not taking the blade, because she's innocent, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I wanted the Spectre, but I'm not going to game the system. That's a shame. Kind of disappointed.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You can't be serious. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard! Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
I don't like being forced to kill her.
Literally, you've missed most of the stream, unfortunately. We've taken every route where we've not killed her. And because the game has routes in it, you kind of can't do the same route twice in a row. Or twice in the same playthrough. So we've done them all. Don't worry about it. You're only forced to because we've seen the other options.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other options to take because you can't do the same route again.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Not sure that table will do much.
She's already here.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
I will say, I've never seen this part 1 before.
Okay, so this is new to you. Hopefully she's more forgiving when she's seen every other route you took. No. Not in the slightest.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
What the fuck?
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Hey, I'm sleeping here!
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So that was a fucking lie.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Look at how cute she is.
Espeon says I'd still tap.
Well, look at her. She's pretty.
This is a cute still. The big eyes.
Are you telling the truth, or are you just agreeing so that we continue?
I'll never tell.
You'll never understand this game in the way that I do. I'm a fucking disaster lesbian. Women do things to me.
Yeah, I'm just like, girl, I just want to give her a hug.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
I tried.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay!
Yeah!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Courageous.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. You died last time. Oh, we listened to you all right. Worst decision of our incredibly short life. We tried to slay her, we really did. But she was going to kill us. It was either lock her in the basement or let her finish tearing us to ribbons. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time.
Yeah.
At least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
What are those in the window?
Don't worry about it.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it. But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? Exactly. Everything he's saying is carefully crafted lies. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. There was a mirror a second ago. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
That's new. I've never seen that happen. I literally just looked down because Bear was next to me. I grab his brush. I watch him jump up on my lap. I look up and it's gone.
It's because I clicked it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't expect it to vanish. Normally I'm still allowed to look at it.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Do we have a bomb? You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen? Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Found you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve. I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid Kevin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Liver, heart, lungs, liver. What? No! Nerves.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
Nerves. No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you. What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too important to me now. And besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet. You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Heart. Lungs. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Don't trust him. Really? So you'd have them trust her?
Yeah, fuck this guy!
Of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone. Liver.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
Bye.
Bye! Princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
Bye!
Not the ghost I wanted, but I got a ghost anyway, so.
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and then another and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass.
Okay.
Now, you know what's funny?
What?
You do get an achievement for just destroying the mirror and not hearing anything he has to say.
Well, I'm not doing that.
I didn't think you would, but I think it's funny.
I only get 5 questions, right?
I've never kept count, actually.
Okay, I know that I can't do all of these, though.
You cannot do all of these, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What made you chuckle there?
Oh, just the reveal that we are this place.
Yeah.
Because I already know that. I'm pretty sure that's one of the options RT chose.
Yeah. Or, like, if you choose to get answers out of him, like, the game basically, like, still tells you, like, oh, all of this is you.
Right, okay.
Like, you already know who you are.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end. You are you. And if you had let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when I was like, she is like the embodiment of change, and we're like the embodiment of perception. So like we influence one another forever back and forth.
Yeah.
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you.
Mm-hmm.
Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Run out of questions. Is that achievement?
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is time for you to finally wake up. All of this is you.
And that achievement was called All of This Is You.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tender heart. Okay.
There we go. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I always found it a bit of a shame that you don't get the conversation for the final princess. Like, I don't get to ask her, what do you think about this vessel, and get the conversation about her having a tender heart.
Yeah.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, then patiently waits for you to continue.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
It pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
What does this top option mean?
That leads you to more options.
Oh.
Then you are one step closer to being free of your bindings. A trunk behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. You let me move, and I slam the door. But that is not the end, and both of us must face our partner once again. The barbs twist deeper, but they do not have to. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow? And there is always time.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
I don't like either of these.
You can always return and choose a different option.
But these are like general things.
Yeah.
Or, in time, would they see it as a curse? Your left arm puts a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. Then there's no need for you to fight with me now. Whenever you're ready, we can move together, hand in loving hand. If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
My boy is our boy!
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you. I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Also, no matter what option you choose there, he's gonna be like, fuck you, we're going. Sorry, man, you're coming with me whether you like it or not.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Get strange endings is what that achievement was called.
Mm-hmm. So because the stranger princess was your first princess, you notice you didn't see her out there in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she's the first princess you met.
Mm-hmm.
So this actually changes the ending a tad.
Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through. Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied.
You think the narrator couldn't see windows?
They just weren't important.
Yeah.
The only thing important was the blade and the path forward. And the table, because that's what the blade is on.
But you know what? Windows are kind of sick. Okay, mention windows.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. If that's what you think is best, then that's what you think is best. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page? It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us. That's okay. No hard feelings.
In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad. Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others. Yes, that feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah, we really are the same. He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want? After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job. Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel their hand tremble in yours. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with them.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door.
Something new that we'll experience together. With someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves. And we love you too.
That achievement is, and what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. That was sweet? Yeah, I enjoyed that. That achievement is called Our Song, Finish the Game. The good ending doesn't count.
Yeah! The good ending is really funny.
Now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've unlocked the gallery. Yeah.
Yeah! You did it!
I did.
So, the mirror. Okay, I can't think of the way to put my thoughts into words. Because all I can do is think of abstracts of what it is, but I can't put those abstracts into words. So, why don't you do that? It's because you know.
Well, I mean, it's like, again, the part of the mirror that happens pretty much overtly says that, like, because we are a being of, like, she is a being in change, and we are a being of perception, right?
A mirror is used as like how you perceive yourself.
Well, that's the thing. Every time we approach the mirror, whatever voices that we have acquired are not put into the mirror, but, like, become, like, a part of, like, that growing vessel, quote-unquote, of ourself. We see ourself grow and change. The mirror is also a vessel of perception to, what is it? The ebb? The narrator.
Mm-hmm. The echo.
The echo. Where pretty much, like, the mirror is just kind of like a vessel for us to interact with things that aren't this world, right? The mirror is like a vessel to interact not only with him, but with ourselves, and it's our only avenue to do that. The mirror is a construct of our creation. Whether we are conscious doing it or not, we're pretty much not, but, like, whatever we were before we were, like, not erased, but, you know, reduced to be built back up.
Yeah.
Like, the mirror's, like, it's not abstract, it's just kind of like a representation of, like, what we perceive ourselves as.
Oh, okay. I think I get it.
Like, we represent perception, but we also represent, like, infinity, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why the entire thing is to kill the princess, because, like, the princess represents change. So, if death is a part of change, so if you kill the princess, no one can die. That was the entire gambit. Split this being of everything in infinitum into two separate pieces that are intertwined, get one to destroy the other, and it'll be the only piece left. The piece that is forever. I'd rate the game a solid 8 out of 10, held back purely by not every route being a happy one. You are 6 years old.
You missed the point of the game.
Yeah, no, I enjoy this game as a thought piece on, because the entire ending sequence is literally just like, it's nihilism versus, like, optimism.
Mm-hmm.
Not wholly, but that's a huge part of it, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's pretty much just like, because the game is essentially a conversation about perception and willpower, it all boils down to that ending that I just got, where it's just like, we are overthinking everything. All that matters is that I want you.
Yeah.
And this is like a rough, like, you know, interpretation of events that leaves out a lot of major details, but that's essentially what I get out of the gist of it. Like, as the game says, this is a horror game, but it is a love story.
Yeah.
Like, the point of it is the harsh decisions and the realities that we go through don't matter so long as we have each other at the end. Like, all of these things that you were worried about, all of these things that you were telling me that I should pretty much, like, stop and curl out on the fucking floor to prevent because it causes harm, doesn't matter, because through that hardship I've met you. That's pretty much overtly stated by the final princess, as I call them in that ending sequence. Where, like, the conversation was like, this isn't fair, and she was like, isn't it? It might not seem fair to you, but all of those things led you here.
It's still being an 8 out of 10 should tell you just how little it impacts my rating. It's still proving that you missed the point entirely.
There's a tweet by Slay the Princess that's like, essentially like that, and they just reply was like, you got the good ending! Congratulations! Everyone was happy and went home. And it's like a child's drawing. Oh, man.
Yeah, like, that's not, like, the whole point of the game is that you're supposed to go through these hardships with her. Like, you're supposed to go through these tough situations, these horrible things, and get to the end and choose and make that choice of either, you know, you've done all these horrible things, you're going to continue to do horrible things, I need to slay you, or you've done all these horrible things, but so have I. We've both done horrible things, but none of that matters because I care about you, and you're such a big part of myself that I can't hate you, and I want to love and embrace you and have none of those bad things happen to us ever again.
Not that wanting a happy ending is a bad thing, but, like, literally, that was a happy ending.
Yeah, I'd say that's the best ending in the game. You two leave together, but you're not, like, these divine beings who get to shape the world to your whims or get to find a new world together to inhabit and, you know, create yourself, because you get to just sit above it all. The emotions felt by you and the princess throughout the entire game are so human.
Right.
That, like, it just feels like a cop-out to be like, well, all of that fucking didn't matter. Let's just become gods.
Although that is one of the endings, right?
That is one of the endings. Yes,
right.
You can choose to embrace her and leave.
Yeah.
I really do hope you keep playing because, like, so many of the other routes are so interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the really interesting thing about this game, is that it isn't just saying, like, love only matters through tragedy. It's pretty much saying, like, any route you took to get here is important. Any route that forms the context of how you perceive me is important, even if you perceive it as negative. We can push through this together so long as we communicate, which is the entire point of being, like, that conversation there where you go to her heart is pretty much led to, you've just been talking. You haven't heard my perspective at all. And she's like, that doesn't fucking matter anymore. We're gods. And you're like, nah! Hang on!
She literally is like, what I offer you isn't perspective, it's truth. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
Wait a minute. What? Okay, but you're not listening to me.
Right. And not that that's bad either. It's just like the entire point of that ending that I just got is that, like, whatever she's saying, whatever I'm saying, whatever we went through, all boils together into a melting pot that is a working, functioning relationship. I listen to what she has to say, she listens to what I have to say, we work through our differences, whatever we've been through, and at the end of it, we walk out of the cabin, symbolizing putting it all behind us.
Exactly.
Not that those scars won't last, but they're a part of what makes us who we are. To erase them erases part of the context of what...
Our whole relationship.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was Halloween special.
Yeah.
Very fun. Very cool.
Very good.
Happy spooky day, everyone. Join our Discord.
Yeah.
You'll get alerted when VODs go on YouTube and when we go live and when edited stuff goes up. Like, comment, subscribe. Please and thank you.
I think I might do more of this on stream. It's just, again, I'll have to see how this VOD does on YouTube, because I know that YouTube isn't really a fan of the gore, and if for every VOD we literally have to, like, blur all of the gore, that's gonna put a lot of strain on Jeannie.
Yeah, about that. Thanks for watching!
Mm-hmm.
Have a happy Halloween, spookies.
Indeed.
And may you rest well tonight. Don't pay attention to the eyes outside your window.
Or the eyes under your bed. Or in your closet, your pool, your tax returns, your wallet, your general shop, The gas station. The gas station pump, that's an easy one to miss.
Mm-hmm.